These videos are scary enough to make even the bravest person panic. Be sure to let me know which numbers worked the most, so I can get you even better next time. Number 10. A YouTuber named BKXC is biking across Tibet and taking some seriously steep trails. The terrain itself is loaded with enough natural hazards, and that includes the wildlife. He is on a mountain pass with a steep drop when he comes across a young yak that is ready to hold its ground.
Oh! Yeah! Oh.
It starts to walk away, but since there's only a cliff ahead, it doubles back and takes an aggressive stance. Those horns are incredibly sharp and every bit as dangerous as a bull. The only thing BKXC can do to save himself is get off his bike and use it as a barrier shield.
We're looking a little dangerous here. Oh, you motherfucker. Get back.
Thinking fast, he bravely offers himself as a distraction to ensure his riding partner can get across safely. The yak tracks them with sharp head movements and looks ready to charge at the slightest provocation.
Go, keep going.
BKXC smartly inches the bike away to create just a little more distance between swinging a leg over and hauling out of there. If he hadn't taken those few precious steps away first, the yak might have felt intimidated and charged. Number 9. It's almost 3 a.m. and Shawn Tharp's girlfriend is heading out to work a late night shift. Soon she is calling her boyfriend, screaming about a man walking towards her. She claims the stranger was wearing no coat in absolutely freezing cold weather and came straight at her without a word. Sure enough, at approximately 33 seconds into this doorbell cam video, I can see a semi-transparent figure stomping towards her car at a high rate of speed. Then it turns around and abruptly disappears. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then watch this street lamp get covered briefly by the person's hollow outline as a reference point. Number 8. This CCTV video shows from the capital of South Korea a woman hurrying down the street. A man is also walking down the street with a black object in his hand. I have no idea what this could be and would like your help identifying it if possible. It might be important considering what he plans to do next. To me, it kind of looks like a handheld electroshocker. Anyway, he follows her all the way up to her apartment, and she barely gets the door closed before he makes his move. Failing by only a split second, he knocks urgently, one hand still on the knob, ready to push the door open hard if she were to answer. He then stands around for a long time, seemingly deciding what to do next. He alternates between standing in front of the stairs and standing in front of the door, and each time he switches, I can't help but think he is fighting a battle within himself to leave or take this even further. Finally, he decides to go ahead and give the door another try. It's still locked, so he stops at this point and presumably wanders off. He was later captured by authorities and taken to justice due to a large public outcry after this video went public. Number 7. This window washer is apparently unconcerned with keeping his life, let alone his job. The brazen worker sees nothing wrong with standing on a ledge that's so narrow. He has to spread his feet outwards just to keep any semblance of traction. And of course, the only way to wash the window in this position is to fully shut it. Notice how there's no safety harness or any other equipment for that matter. If he loses his balance now, the only way to fall is straight down. Meanwhile, he has to rely on a spotter to open the window from the inside to let him back in. And when it's finally time to open the window, he has to wedge his arms in the frame and hold one of the most awkward positions I've ever seen. The cameraman, who is panicking for him, pans down to the ground to show that this video is not a joke. This is a drop he absolutely would not survive. Number 6. Tiffany of the YouTube channel called Beauty and the Beastons is making a home vlog. when she turns the corner and passes something terrifying that she won't even notice until editing days later.
And 2, he was bringing in like all.
This all-black outline looks to be about half her size and barely human. It's facing away, and its bald head is hunched over a wide cloak that extends to the floor. I was thinking this could be a hat rack or something, except it appears to be in the bathroom, and I can see one of its long, gnarled hands poking out of an oversized sleeve. Judging from this video, I think this is either something paranormal or else a home intruder unlike any I have ever seen before. If I saw movement of any kind, I would have no doubt that this was real. Since the figure seems to stand completely still though, I will admit that I have my doubts. But more importantly, what do you think this is? Number 5. In January of 2018, this emergency message was broadcasted to everyone in the entire state of Hawaii.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill.
What's more alarming is how everyone seems to ignore the emergency directions that are instructing them to pull over. Bethany and the vehicle in front of her continue to drive, even when told by the radio to stop, although to be completely fair, they could have been on a one-lane road with nowhere safe to pull over.
If you are driving, pull safely to the side of the road and seek shelter in a building or lay on the floor. We will announce when the threat has ended.
The broadcast puts the entire island into a panic, and I feel like this live stream video summarizes everyone's reaction perfectly. The first stage is a sort of disbelief and the need to confirm it's really happening.
Oh gosh, what happened? Did you guys get that? Did you not get that? There's an emergency ballistic missile threat.
The next stage is acceptance that this is real, which leads to scrambling for a plan, even in the face of total obliteration.
Oh my god! What do we do?
And the final stage is panicking at the realization that all hope is lost, that your life is about to truly end. The urge to run somewhere, anywhere, sets in even though it's clear nothing can be done.
Babe, what do we do?
As it turns out, this broadcast was a major mistake made by staff at a military command post. There was nothing this time, but based on these videos and countless others, I don't think we would really do as well as we would like to think in the face of an actual catastrophe. Number 4. In 2015, a hacker known only by the screen name Foster was able to infiltrate these road signs and change them to messages that would send panic to residents of Tucson, Arizona. These road signs, which normally were used to simply warn of an oncoming lane change, instead were changed to talk about nuclear fallout and other hazardous materials up ahead. Take a look at the passable font, lettering, and spacing. It all looks normal and has no indication of being a prank. Based on this video, do you think you would have known it was fake, or would it have been enough to panic you? Number 3. A man in Spokane, Washington approaches a neighborhood home and rings the doorbell while holding a blade. He has what I interpret as a concerned look on his face that's bordering on the verge of panic, as if he is about to force himself to do something he really doesn't want to. After 35 seconds of waiting, he appears to lose focus and turns around. He looks down at his feet and sways back and forth slightly, like he is in some kind of trance. I think I can see some rapid eye movements with his eyes closed, and it looks like he might be in a dreamlike state. In other words, exactly the last person you'd want beckoning you to come to your front door. Considering that this exact situation has happened at this house on 2 different occasions, I'm pretty sure that this person might have an imaginary score to settle with whoever is unfortunate enough to live here. Number 2. In 2017, a different hacker took his hobby to new extremes by setting off every emergency siren in Dallas, Texas at once, in the middle of the night. Listen to this and tell me what would go through your mind. I would probably think that the end of my life was very near. And from the top of a tall building, the siren sounded even crazier. I assume the person recording this is looking up expecting to see fighter jets blow up everything in sight, because that's sure what it sounds like. As you can hear, nobody is able to shut this off. The city has effectively lost control. Whoever did this was never caught, and this incident really exposes how vulnerable our utility systems truly are to anyone with the right technological skills and devious desires. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and if you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released the number 15 mixtape, but I don't think you should follow these instructions to check it out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. Also, don't forget I upload a new video here on YouTube every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. A YouTuber named RJ32 is at the beach in Southern California when one of his kids sees a fast-moving round creature in the clear water. Watch this part and give me your best guess as to what this could be. And don't worry if you can't tell yet, because you and he are about to get a much closer look. RJ32 curiously walks over to where he last saw what he thinks was a flounder and starts kicking around. Panic sets in as he realizes he's uncovered a stingray that was trying its best to hide from him in the sand. I don't think the stingray is full grown, but take a closer look and tell me if I'm wrong. Mature or not, the tail seems like just the right size to go through your foot if you aren't careful. RJ32 gets a quick warning jab and is sent limping to the beach. If this is what a baby can do, I wouldn't like to see the work of an adult. Rarely are events like this caught on video. That's why you need to see these videos for yourself, or else you would never believe they were true.